There are features in some games introduced to incentivize players to spend some money. It's not the biggest crime or anything though. Some titles will offer free updates and content just to build up enough goodwill so that hopefully you'll splurge on some microtransactions. However, there are other games that just outright charge for things that should have been included in the game for free. Let's take a closer look at 15 such things here. Changing soldiers' names, heroes and generals. Free-to-play titles generally tend to make their money back through microtransactions, whether they're cosmetic or pay to skip the grind. However, heroes and generals in 2016 decided to go an entirely new and dumb route. When players would recruit new soldiers, they had to pay to change their names. It's one thing if this is a user profile name or gamertag, but in-game soldier names? Easy Fatalities, Mortal Kombat X. Like many fighting games, Mortal Kombat requires some degree of skill to succeed in. The fatalities almost epitomize this, as you showcase your knowledge of button combos to absolutely murder your opponent. However, in Mortal Kombat X, NetherRealm thought it would be a good idea to make fatalities easy to execute with a single button, which is fine in and of itself, but it also charged money for the same. The real kicker? You had to purchase uses rather than have the Easy Fatalities feature permanently unlocked. 5 uses cost 99 cents, while 30 uses cost $4.99. Extra stash space, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Stash space is a vital thing in a looter shooter. While Ubisoft Massive did quite a bit to streamline mods for Tom Clancy's The Division 2 so they don't take up space, it has faltered on making extra stash space a bonus in the Ultimate and Phoenix Shield editions, which cost more. Maybe this extra space won't make a difference, and maybe the base stash will be enough. Either way, why not just give it to players for free? Fob Insurance, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain's fob mode provided an interesting distraction for those playing online, and steering clear of the dedicated multiplayer mode. It let you create a base that could provide additional benefits to the main mother base, and you could also infiltrate other players' bases to steal materials and stuff. But what if you didn't want your own materials stolen? Why, get fob insurance of course, which compensated you, but not for staff used to defend the fob or for nukes. Konami introduced this system to push for MB coins, which could be purchased for real money, but the insurance itself was on a per-day cost basis. So while you could earn MB coins in-game, you still had to keep grinding to keep the base protected, or just dip into your wallet and purchase some MB coins. Considering how much fob insurance doesn't insure, it's odd that Konami didn't just limit MB coins to being earned in-game. More save slots, Metal Gear Survive. Much like Destiny and The Division, Konami's Metal Gear Survive allowed you to make additional characters. Unlike those games which offered this basic feature for free, you had to pay to have additional slots. It wasn't chump change either. Each slot requires $10 worth of SV coins to unlock. But no one really talks about Metal Gear Survive anymore. We wonder why. Plus Assistant in Dota Plus, Dota 2. In a MOBA or hero shooter, knowing the right heroes to pick, lanes to play and builds to use is part of the fun. It's the reward for familiarizing yourself with the game, as you gain more knowledge of what's effective. But screw that. Just pay for Dota Plus and use the Plus Assistant in Dota 2. Not only do you get extra content, but Plus Assistant will suggest heroes and builds along with lane strategies, giving you a nice little competitive advantage. Survival Mode, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. Remember when Bethesda released Survival Mode for Fallout 4 and made it completely free? The developer thought it would be a great idea to do this for The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. However, it was only free for a week. After that, you had to purchase it through the Creation Club. Yes, Bethesda tried to monetize a feature it provided for free in its previous release, in the re-release of a 2011 title. And yes, mods were available that did the same things as Survival Mode for free. The Curse of Osiris and WARMIND with Forsaken, Destiny 2. What's worse than having to purchase Curse of Osiris and WARMIND, two of the worst DLC ever, just to play the actually decent Forsaken for Destiny 2. The announcement of Bungie including both those DLC for free with the purchase of Forsaken roughly 1 month after it launched. Why weren't they free before launch so that those who skipped the awful expansion pass didn't have to waste their money? At least these veterans get some shaders, emblems and emotes. Whoopee. Cosmetics, PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds. You could make the argument that Fortnite's Battle Royale has a battle pass and charges extra for additional cosmetics, just like PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds. However, not only are there no loot boxes in Fortnite's Battle Pass, but the game itself is free, and, oh yeah, runs much better. PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds is stuffed with loot crates, where items are weighted in terms of drop chance to make them rarer, and thus sell for hundreds of dollars when trading, along with cosmetic sets that can cost $20 to $25, like the recent Suicide Squad skins. Did we mention they mostly look drab and boring though? They can't even be spruced up to look remarkably better than the in-game cosmetics. Mounts, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft's mounts are a neat way for Blizzard to earn some extra cash, on top of the cost of expansions and monthly subscriptions. However, when it first introduced the Reigns of the Mighty Caravan Brutasaur, it sold for 5 million gold. While this does count for an in-game item, its exorbitant price meant some players could resort to some real money transactions to get it quicker. Simply purchase WoW tokens for real money, sell them in the auction house for gold and profit. The mount probably shouldn't have been just given to players, but surely it could have cost far less gold. The Legatus Pack, Star Citizen. Star Citizen has been in development long enough to warrant criticism for its process. However, the game is certainly pushing it with the amount of money it costs to purchase ships. It's probably not realistic to expect these ships to be free, but what could possibly justify something like the Legatus Pack? It contains all the game's ships and 163 additional items for the low price of $27,000. You even need to have spent $1,000 on Star Citizen already, which is by all intents and purposes not a finished game, to view the pack's contents. Or make a quick trip to the game's forums, whatever works. Either way, $27,000 is a ludicrous amount for all of those items. Consumable pins, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 13. Let's leave aside the whole economy of paying gold coins for rounds on a DLC course in Tiger Woods PGA Tour 13, especially when you earn gold coins at a pitiful rate, and of course said coins can be purchased for real money. You can also spend coins on consumable pins which will boost your equipment and attributes for a limited time. Why is this a thing, especially in a competitive sport like golf? And even if it can be technically earned for free, why isn't it doled out more easily to players rather than just locked behind excessive grinding? Horse Armour, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. When Bethesda first released Horse Armour DLC for The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, many saw it as an affront. Costing $2.50, it was viewed as a terrible example of in-game monetization back then. Even if the armor isn't as bad as today's microtransaction prices, the sheer mod support available meant you didn't have to get it at all. It really makes you question why Bethesda even has the Creation Club nowadays, especially when modders can provide arguably better quality cosmetics for free. Bushes, The Sims 3. The Sims series is known for its massive amounts of DLC, even if it's only a few small pieces for a few bucks. When do you reach a point where some of these should just be free though? At one point, the online store for The Sims 3 tried to sell 3 bushes, yes, bushes, for $5. Bet that horse armor isn't looking so bad now, is it? Skins, Monsters and Hunters, Evolve. The initial launch of Evolve was criticised for a lack of content. However, it was also weighed down by copious microtransactions. Evolve not only had a fraction of the content and support, but it didn't even have many skins available to unlock without paying. Skins had to be purchased for $3, a new Goliath cost $15, and each new hunter would cost $7.50 standalone.
And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support and we thank you for checking us out.